Congressman Michael Waltz is here, Republican of Florida. What do you make of this kind of new move in the battle between President Trump and the Department of Justice and FBI with this lawsuit?
Yeah, hi, Dagan. Greetings from Palatka, Florida. It's primary day in Florida, and I've been out talking to voters all morning, and they are furious about this raid. It is definitely top of mind. And my question, their question is, what does the Department of Justice, what does FBI have to hide? I mean, all President Trump is asking for is that given the last several years of a politicized witch hunt against him, what's wrong with having a third party in there to decide what documents should go where? Clearly, we already know the FBI took photos, they took handwritten notes, they took things that were attorney-client privilege, they took all kinds of things that were outside of the scope of the warrant. So what's wrong with having a little transparency and letting someone else in to make sure the DOJ and FBI is doing what they should do? And then, Dagan, I just want to say, look, it is amazing to me to see the Democrats and to see the left repeating the same playbook they did as part of the impeachment investigations, where they keep things classified, they keep things hidden, and then they start leaking to the New York Times and to all of their friends in the media. And it looks like the mainstream media now has more information on this than Trump's own lawyers. And that's just wrong, and people know it's wrong.
Right. Leaking, speculating, conjecture, and even lying and fabricating in some instances. The New York Times, the most recent story about 300 classified documents at Mar-a-Lago, actually has in there that investigators have sought additional surveillance footage from the Mar-a-Lago club. So, again, this is something that the American people are not hearing from the Department of Justice, not from the FBI. And so they're hearing about it in the New York Times. Moving on to this, Congressman. Federal agents seizing more than 1.5 million fentanyl pills and hundreds of pounds of other drugs hidden in a tractor trailer. The driver trying to cross into Arizona from Mexico over the weekend. Photos showing the smugglers using a secret compartment and trap doors to hide the drugs from border agents. Deadly drugs pouring over the fentanyl border. Over the southern border, fentanyl overdose deaths have skyrocketed in recent years. More than 56,000 Americans died from synthetic opioids like fentanyl. In 2020 alone, that is, an increase of more than 50% from the previous year, and now the #1 cause of death among young people in the United States. Congressman?
Well, here's the thing. President Trump was right. It's the cartels behind all of this. One DHS testimony estimated they're making $6 billion a year. These cartels are armed to the teeth. They're even standing tall against the Mexican army. I think we have to get the military involved here. This is a clear and present danger to the stability of our country. Americans are dying by the hundreds of thousands. We have precedent in doing that and helping the Colombians back in the 90s and 2000s. We need to treat this like a threat, like it is. Even Bill Barr has said we got to treat these cartels like ISIS. And I think this is unconventional warfare against the United States. And that's how we have to treat it. We have to stop soft pedaling this. It's not a law enforcement issue. It's a national security issue.
Texas, meantime, continues to bus migrants out of the state. More than 6,000 migrants have flooded New York City, a 50% increase in just 2 weeks. The self-described sanctuary city is looking for more than 5,600 hotel rooms to house these migrants, all costs, of course, footed by the taxpayer. And just yesterday, for the second time, the Pentagon denied a request from Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser to activate the National Guard to assist with migrants arriving in her city. The DOD saying it does not constitute a crisis. Again, Congressman, another sanctuary city. If they're going to be sanctuaries, why can't they handle this influx of migrants?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think the hypocrisy is on display for the entire nation to see from these mayors who say it's fine for for Texas and Arizona and others to absorb this this tidal wave into their social system, right? And that's what's so upsetting to me as I'm out talking to voters. You have veterans who aren't getting the services they deserve. You have classrooms that are too full. You have roads and bridges that are under disrepair. But yet, at the same time, the left wants the country to believe that we can absorb 2 million migrants per year and only have a few states absorb that. But at the end of the day, we know that the Biden administration, these NGOs that are on taxpayer funded contracts, are sending these folks all over the country. The difference is Governor Abbott and other border state governors are doing it so the nation can see it, not in the dead of night. And that's why this is absolutely a national problem, not just a border state problem. And yet this administration is doing nothing, zero, zilch about it.
As I thank you, Congressman, we're watching these live pictures from Eagle Pass, Texas, shot by the Fox flight team. Again, a never-ending crisis, a humanitarian one, an administration that has laid the foundation for human suffering and misery to be profited from by human traffickers and drug traffickers. And I just end with this: where is the border czar, Kamala Harris, in all of this? Congressman.
Yeah.
No,
exactly. Again, doing nothing.
Congressman Michael Waltz, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here today.